Okay, so at this point, you should be checking your work to see if you did your steps correctly. So let's look at this problem. It says the U.S. flag has 50 stars. One box has 2 U.S. flags in it. How many stars are in 8 boxes? Okay, let's read it one more time and find the important information. The U.S. flag has 50 stars. That's important. One box has 2 flags in it. So one box has 2 U.S. flags. Here's our question. How many stars are in 8 boxes? How many stars in 8 boxes? So then there's a series of questions that when you go through the questions, it breaks down how to answer each one of these. The first question says, how many flags are in a box? So, how many flags in a box? There are 2. 2 flags in a box. How many flags in 8 boxes? What do I need to do? Well, 8 boxes times 2 flags in a box is the first step. What's 8 times 2? 16. Next up, it has this part right here. 16, right? And then it says number 3, multiply your product, that's your product, by 50 to find your answer to this question. So why am I doing 16 times 50? Well, I'm doing it times 50 because it's asking me how many stars, and there are 50 stars on each flag, and I have 16 flags. So the next portion says draw a model. 16 times 50. That's a lot, but we're going to do it. So the first thing I could do is say, okay, I can break this into 5 tens. We learned that with the distributive property. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 5 tens. That's one of them. That's 50, and I need to do that 16 times. So I'm gonna organize a little so I don't get lost. All right, 16 groups, yes? 16 groups, and then 50 stars. And now guess what? All I have to do is count by 5s. How many stars are there? And then I'm going to add some zeros. So here we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. There are 80 times 10 stars. What's 80 times 10? Well, the beautiful thing about multiplying times 10 is you just add a 0. 800. So 16 times 50 is 800. Another way to do this, if you're not comfortable with this multiplication, is to count it. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200, until you get all the way up to the end, which would equal 800 stars. Okay, so this is your answer. The answer is 800 stars in 16 flags.